My dear friends, today I'll be discussing about the prevention of stroke, also known as cerebrovascular accident or brain attack. Now, what is stroke? Stroke is also known as cerebrovascular accident. It's a neurological disease of acute onset, that is sudden or abrupt onset, that is due to the damage to the neuronal tissue that may be of vascular origin or neurovascular origin. It is a medical emergency which needs urgent diagnosis and treatment, and stroke is one of the leading cause of death and mortality as well as mortality and morbidity throughout the world. Is the leading cause of disabilities in various parts of the world also. In countries like India, that is developing countries like India, the cases are also increasing with the gradual increase in the obesity, hypertension, diabetes, various heart disease, cardiac arrhythmia, and so on. Now, there are many risk factors that may lead to stroke. Some are modifiable, some cannot be modified, some can be prevented. So proper knowledge of the risk factors are very important to slow down the progression of the disease as well as to prevent the risk of getting stroke in various high risk individuals. Now, stroke is broadly divided into two types. One is hemorrhagic stroke as well as ischemic stroke, and out of this, ischemic stroke constitutes 80 to 85% of the total stroke population, and it is because of blockade in the blood vessels supplying some part of brain because of blood clots or clot formation, also known as thrombosis. That may be because of embolism, various heart disease, hypertension, and various other risk factors which may also lead to ischemic stroke. And hemorrhagic stroke constitutes 10 to 15% of the total stroke population. It is because of sudden rupture of a blood vessel supplying some part of brain, which leads to hematoma formation, which compresses the surrounding neurons and ultimately leads to damage to the neurons. So that is hemorrhagic stroke. Now, there are many risk factors for hemorrhagic stroke as well as ischemic stroke. There are risk factors which may affect the ischemic as well as hemorrhagic stroke or combine together. So proper knowledge of the risk factors, especially preventable risk factors, is very much important, as prevention of these risk factors can help in prevention of the incidence of the disease in various parts of the world. So today we will try to discuss about the ways of prevention or preventive measure so as to prevent the risk of getting stroke in future. So number one is control of high blood pressure or control of hypertension. Now, hypertension is the leading cause of stroke, both of ischemic as well as hemorrhagic stroke. Hypertension is responsible for slowing of the blood circulation to the brain. It causes sluggishness of the brain and is responsible for hypercoagulation of the blood and responsible for clot formation. Whereas hypertension also responsible for gradual weakening of the arterial wall, and which leads to rupture, sudden rupture, and leads to hemorrhagic stroke. So hypertension or high blood pressure can lead to both ischemic as well as hemorrhagic stroke. So lowering of the blood pressure is one of the important preventive measures so as to prevent the risk of getting stroke in future. It can be done by, that is lowering of blood pressure or control of blood pressure can be done by dietary method, natural methods, taking high potassium diet, low sodium diet, low saturated fat diet, low cholesterol diet, low trans fat diet, and so on. Besides, we can go for anti-hypertensive medication like angiotensin converting inhibitors like captopril, enalapril, then beta blockers, then alpha blockers, then calcium channel blocker like amlodipine, nifedipine, nicardipine, so as to lower the blood pressure. Besides, we can also go for diuretics or water pills so as to lower the blood volume or lower the blood volume by increasing the water excretion through kidney and by doing or taking this medication we can keep the blood pressure at normal range. So strict control blood pressure is very much important so as to prevent the disease like heart disease as well as to decrease the risk of getting stroke in future. So one of the important or first important preventive measure to prevent stroke is lowering the blood pressure in case the blood pressure is high, or to control the hypertension. Strict control of high blood pressure or hypertension is very much important. Next important preventive measure is to lower the cholesterol level. Now hypercholesterolemia or high level of cholesterol in the blood or abnormal lipid profile is associated with deposition of cholesterol on the tunica intima of the arteries of the various parts of the body. For cerebral circulation also, cholesterol plaques may deposit in the arteries, arterial wall, in the inner wall, and ultimately causes narrowing of the artery, and we call it atherosclerosis. Atherosclerosis or cerebrovascular atherosclerosis can leads to hypertension, and also it leads to ischemic stroke because it leads to plaque formation, fatty plaque formation that blocks the circulation or decrease the circulation or blood flow to a part of brain, and with time it may stimulate thrombus formation or platelet aggregation, and which ultimately leads to blood clot formation and finally ischemic stroke. That's why hypercholesterolemia should be taken very seriously, and we should take or we should control by taking hypolipidemic drugs like statins. What are those statins? Rosuvastatin, atorvastatin. These are various statin group of drug which can lower the cholesterol reabsorption as well as blood cholesterol level and prevent the atherosclerosis and slow down the atherosclerosis process, and it can prevent the risk of getting ischemic stroke as well as hypertension in future. Besides, there are dietary restriction of saturated fat, trans fat, cholesterol, low diet, diet rich in high fibers as well as fruits and vegetables can lower the risk of getting ischemic stroke in future. So lowering of cholesterol level, if it is previously high, or to treat hypercholesterolemia is very much important so as to prevent the risk of getting ischemic stroke in future. Third important risk factor and ways to control or to prevent the occurrence of stroke is to maintain normal weight or to lose excess weight. Now excess weight or overweight, or if the BMI is more than 30, may lead to obesity, and obesity is associated with various cardiac complications. It is associated with hypertension, it is associated with hypercholesterolemia, it is associated with fatty liver, it is associated with risk of heart attack, ischemic stroke as well as hemorrhagic stroke also. That's why weight control or to maintain a normal healthy weight is very much important so as to control the risk of hypertension in future. And we have to go for weight loss programs, natural therapy like dietary restrictions, low carb diet, high protein diet, low fat diet. All those things can be taken, or dietary restriction, then regular exercise is, all those things are very important so as to achieve the normal healthy weight and to cut down the extra fats from the body and to prevent obesity. So obesity management is very much important because it prevents the risk of getting stroke in future. So that is another important preventive measure so as to control the body weight so that we can control the or prevent the risk of getting stroke in future. We can or we must cut down alcohol or heavy and frequent alcoholism. Heavy and frequent alcoholism is associated with increased risk of intracellular hemorrhage. Besides, it also increases the blood pressure and is also associated with increased triglyceride level, which ultimately increase the risk of getting stroke in future. That's why it is always advisable to avoid excessive alcohol or heavy and frequent alcoholism so as to prevent the risk of getting stroke in future. Alcoholism is also associated with hypertension, which can lead to ischemic stroke also. So we should limit our alcoholism, or you should limit alcoholism up to mild and moderate alcoholism. That is, for women it is less than 1 drinks per day, and for men it is less than 2 drinks per day, so that it don't lead to or it don't complicate to hypertension, which may lead to increased risk of stroke in future. So alcoholism, especially heavy and frequent dose of alcoholism or toxic dose of alcoholism, is very much risky, as it increases the risk of intracerebral hemorrhage as well as ischemic stroke also. Besides, we can go for stopping of smoking. Smoking or tobacco use in any form is very unhealthy for our body, because tobacco or smoking in any form contain nicotine. Nicotine is vasoconstrictive substance which works by nicotinic receptor present on various vessels and lead to systemic hypertension. It has been found that those who smoke, even after the bouts of smoking, there is a persistent high rise of blood pressure for some time. So for chain smoker or those who smoke for longer time, for them there is a persistent high rise of blood pressure which can lead to hypertension in future, and hypertension is one of the important risk factor for development of acute stroke in future. So cutting down smoking or stoppage of smoking or avoiding smoking is another preventive measure so as to prevent the risk of getting stroke in future. Regular exercise. Regular exercise is very important. It has been found that physical inactivity or lack of physical exercise is responsible for causing hypertension, obesity, diabetes, immune problem, increased risk of myocardial infarction, cardiovascular, athletic insufficiency, respiratory insufficiency, and also increase the risk of stroke. So regular exercise, it has many good impact or beneficial impact on our human body. It lowers down the blood pressure, keeps the cardiac function normal. It also prevents heart attack or risk of heart attack. It also prevents other cardiac abnormality, and it also prevents risk of stroke. Besides, it also cut down the extra fat from our body and helps in weight management and to prevent obesity, which is an important risk factor for development of stroke in future. So regular physical exercise, at least 30 to 40 minutes per day, is very much essential so as to prevent the risk of getting stroke in future. Next important preventive measure is to control high blood sugar or to manage diabetes with medication or by natural therapy. So management of diabetes or to control the high blood sugar level is very much important. This is because high blood sugar level or uncontrolled diabetes may lead to various macrovascular as well as microvascular complication, and it may lead to cardiovascular illness as well as stroke also. So diabetes, especially type 2 diabetes, is one of the important risk factor or metabolic disease that may increase the risk of stroke, both of ischemic as well as hemorrhagic. Because diabetes is associated with macrovascular complication, it causes hypertension, it also increases the cholesterol level in blood leading to atherosclerosis, and all these factors, they summed up and ultimately increase the risk of ischemic stroke as well as hemorrhagic stroke. So we must handle the diabetes, we have to control the diabetes, we have to prevent the rise of blood sugar level by natural therapy or medication or by insulin intake so as to prevent the risk of getting stroke in future. Besides, we have to prevent obesity. Obesity, especially morbid obesity, when the BMI is more than 40, is associated with very risk of or high risk of stroke, heart attack, cardiac arrest, then heart failure, then various cancers, even lung problems also. So management of obesity is very much important so as to control the high blood pressure, control the diabetes, control the overweight, and at the same time we have to decrease the risk of stroke by cutting down the extra fat from the body. So next comes the treatment of heart disease. Now presence of heart disease like valvular heart disease can lead to future ischemic stroke or any type of stroke. So especially it leads to ischemic stroke. So previous valvular heart disease should be treated very seriously, or you should correct that valvular heart disease, because valvular heart disease may create chamber turbulence of blood which may lead to formation of clots, and these clots may dislodge to parts of brain or some cerebrovascular areas and ultimately leads to ischemic stroke or clot formation, and this clot may travel to cerebrovasculature and leads to blockage of some cerebral vessel leading to ischemic stroke. That's why heart disease, especially valvular heart disease, should be treated very cautiously, and we must add, or we can add, anticoagulants like warfarin to valvular heart disease so as to decrease the risk of blood clotting or embolic or thromboembolic stroke, which is a type of ischemic stroke. Besides, we should also treat cardiac arrhythmia like atrial fibrillation very cautiously, because atrial fibrillation has been found to be one of the important leading risk factor for development of thromboembolic stroke, a variety of ischemic stroke. So atrial fibrillation is responsible for turbulence in the left atrium, which is associated with coagulation or formation of blood clots in the chambers of the heart, especially atrial chambers, and this can be lodged into the or carried away by the systemic circulation into the cerebral vessels, and formation of blood clot there, or entanglement of the blood clot in the cerebral vessels, which may create the ischemic stroke, or which may cause the ischemic stroke. That's why atrial fibrillation must be treated very seriously. We should decrease the atrial fibrillation, and also they should be advised to take oral anticoagulants like warfarin to control the INR. INR should be kept between 2 to 3, or international normalized ratio should be kept between 2 to 3, so as to prevent the risk of ischemic stroke. So treatment of atrial fibrillation is very much important. Besides, other cardiac abnormalities also should be treated, because those heart condition may also leads to increased risk of ischemic stroke in future. Besides, we should advise to avoid tobacco products so as to prevent ischemic stroke. Tobacco products also can lead to ischemic stroke because it contains nicotine in it, which is a powerful vasoconstriction or vasoconstrictive agent, leads to hypertension in future. So we must avoid tobacco in any form. Even smoking is a type of tobacco intake, so we should avoid tobacco products as well as intake of tobacco through smoking also, and this, by doing that, the risk of stroke can be decreased very much. Besides, we should handle stress, or we must do stress management. Stress is another important risk factor which increase the risk of hypertension, hyperlipidemia, metabolic syndrome, increase the risk of obesity, increase the risk of hypercholesterolemia, increase the risk of diabetes, even it increase the risk of heart attack and stroke. This is because chronic stress is responsible for release of a certain hormone known as stress hormone. That is, what is that hormone? That hormone is also called cortisol, and that is responsible for various changes in the body which increase the risk of stroke. So we should try to manage stress very cautiously. We should go for stress management therapy by doing meditation, yoga, regular exercise, taking fresh fruits, vegetables, listening music, and not taking excessive workloads, and so on. So proper stress management is very much important, because by de-stressing we can lower the risk of getting stroke, cardiac arrest, and various risk of getting heart attack in future. So stroke management, stress management is very much important so as to prevent the risk of getting stroke in future. Next comes some preventive measures like taking healthy diet or proper diet, nutritious diet. So especially Western diet is very much bad for heart as well as for brain. We should resort to Mediterranean diet, which is rich in fruits and vegetables, high fiber diet, low carb diet, low sugary diet, low fat, low saturated fat, low trans fat, low cholesterol diet. It is devoid of, or it is, this Mediterranean diet is devoid of red meats or saturated fats, which may lead to hypercholesterolemia and lead to atherosclerosis as well as ischemic stroke in future. So special type of diet, that is the diet rich in fruits and vegetables, we call it Mediterranean diet, is very much good. Beside, high fiber diet is also good because it lowers the cholesterol reabsorption and also cleans our GIT and improves the metabolism of human body. So diet rich in fruits and vegetables, low sugar, low carbohydrate, low fat and high protein diet is very much beneficial so as to prevent the risk of getting stroke in future. Besides, we can also go for avoidance of drug abuse. Some drugs like cocaine, amphetamine can also increase the risk of hypertension, and also it increases the cardiac arrhythmia and increase the risk of stroke in future. So drug abuse, especially cocaine, amphetamine, should be avoided, and other drug, it is always better to avoid the drug abuse because it increases the risk of stroke and even heart attack also. Besides, women should be cautiously explained about the intake of oral contraceptive pill because excessive intake of steroid or oral contraceptive pill may also increase the risk of stroke in women especially. Steroid also causes various changes. It also responsible for causing metabolic syndrome, and it also create hypertensive situations in our body, and which may leads to heart disease as well as stroke in future. That's why it is always advisable to avoid excessive steroid use as well as to avoid drug abuse so as to prevent the risk of getting stroke in future. So these are the various preventive methods or measures by which you can control or decrease the risk of getting stroke in future. Of course, there are some risk factors which cannot be prevented, like age, gender, then family history, past history of stroke. All those things we cannot control. This is because they are unpreventable risk factors. Age with time will always progress, and with the progress of the age, the risk of stroke will always double or it will gradually increase. And that's why we cannot control the age, and that's why we cannot control the risk of stroke because of aging. But still, by preventing other risk factors, as well as by taking various preventive measures, by taking proper healthy diet, taking good foods, good nutrition, then lowering or controlling our blood pressure, preventing ourselves from having various heart disease like atrial fibrillation, then past history of stroke, myocardial infarction, all those things must be treated very cautiously so as to prevent the future risk of getting stroke and its complication of it, and mortality and morbidity as well as disability of the disease can be prevented. Besides, there are some risk factors like smoking, alcoholism, drug abuse, tobacco product abuse should be avoided because these risk factors can be preventable easily, and by stopping those risk factors, you can easily control and prevent the risk of various types of stroke. So that's why it is always advisable to follow preventive measures, and prevention is always better than cure. This is because if we can prevent the disease from beforehand by proper knowledge of the risk factors, we can easily prevent the later complication of the disease, because most of the stroke patients, even after they survive, there is some disabilities or morbidity in the patient because of various permanent neuronal damage. Most of the patient may suffer from paraplegia or weakness of the legs or gait abnormality or slurring of speech, gait deformity, which needs permanent and lifelong speech therapy, cognitive therapy, as well as physical and medical rehabilitation techniques. So that's why ultimately stroke always causes some permanent disabilities or may cause some morbidity, and even it may lead to death also. If the patient survives also, there is increased risk of suffering from various physical disabilities, and which can be prevented if we totally prevent the stroke from happening. That's why prevention, we always tell to the patients and for everyone that prevention is always better than cure. That's why it is always better to prevent a disease rather than from suffering from the disease. Thank you very much.